It wasn't the first lie ever told before the United States Senate, and it certainly won't be the last. But what Attorney General Pam Bondi said before the members of the Senate Judiciary Committee this afternoon may very well go down as one of the most brazen, most shameless, most verifiably false statements ever uttered in that setting. Quote, "The two-tiered system of justice is over."
Today on Capitol Hill, chaos, denial, and one of the most brazen performances ever seen in a Senate hearing. Attorney General Pam Bondi didn't just dodge questions, she insulted the process. What she said and refused to say has left even her own allies in silence. Let's break down what really happened.
He refused to answer questions on the matter, questions about Eric Siebert. He's the now former U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. He was forced to resign after he concluded that there was not sufficient evidence to indict Jim Comey, and questions about potential coordination between Donald Trump and the Department of Justice.
When Bondi claimed the two-tiered system of justice is over, that wasn't just a lie. It was a confession, because everything that followed proved the exact opposite. From James Comey's indictment to Tom Homan's alleged $50,000 cash scandal, this hearing exposed how deep Trump's grip on the Justice Department really goes.
Did you discuss James Comey with the President of the United States? He was sitting just to your left.
Well, 2 seats down, yes. 2 seats down. And I am not going to discuss any conversations I've had or not have with the President of the United States.
Because the American public is entitled to know, Madam Attorney General.
The entire cabinet was at that dinner.
Whether you took instructions from President Trump after he told you very directly to indict James Comey, which is weaponization of the Department of Justice.
Her refusal to answer legitimate questions, and if anything, to seem to make a mockery of the setting and the body itself, and to refuse to address those questions regarding ongoing controversies at the Department of Justice wasn't just focused on the Comey prosecution. It extended to the latest reporting on Donald Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, and allegations that he accepted $50,000 in cash from undercover FBI agents last year.
What became of the $50,000 in cash that the FBI paid to Mr. Homan in a paper bag, evidently?
And when pressed about her secret dinner with Trump, the night before Comey's indictment, Bondi danced around every single question, pretending the truth wasn't sitting 2 seats away.
You work with dark money groups all the time. Senator, I would be more concerned if I were you when you talk about corruption and money, that when you pushed for legislation that would subsidize your wife's company.
The questions here are actually pretty specific. So having you respond with completely irrelevant far-right internet talking points really is not very helpful here.
That's not oversight. That's evasion. And what's worse, Bondi turned her testimony into a performance for Fox News cameras, launching personal attacks instead of answering basic questions.
No, I've never seen anything like this by a low-level witness off the street, much less the Attorney General, the sitting Attorney General of the United States. And you're right, it's low-level oppo BS. But here's the thing that's stunning about her testimony today. I am shocked that no Republican on the committee spoke up when the Attorney General of the United States spent the entire time of her questioning by Democratic senators screaming, refusing to answer basic oversight questions, and attacking them with ad hominem, not factual attacks that were personal in nature. And no one said a word on the Republican side, especially the chairman of the committee, Chuck Grassley. This never would have been allowed to go on when I was in the United States Senate. There would have been a bipartisan effort to stop that witness in their tracks. That's how far the Republican Party in the United States Senate has fallen. And
even longtime senators couldn't believe what they were seeing. A sitting attorney general, reading straight from an opposition research binder, turning the Senate floor into a campaign rally.
the members of that Judiciary Committee with an R behind their names, they are single-handedly, brick by brick, undoing the power of the Senate to have oversight in one of the most legendary committees in history. And they are permanently impacting the ability of our democracy to function as our founding fathers intended. And it was a shocking display, and it was so stupid and ugly and frankly embarrassing. I'm really surprised no one spoke up.
Former Senator Claire McCaskill said it best. This wasn't just political theater. It was the collapse of democratic oversight in real time.
What became of the $50,000 in cash that the FBI delivered, evidently in a paper bag, to Mr. Homan?
And while Bondi dodged, the real story unfolded. Allegations that Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, took $50,000 in cash from undercover FBI agents, and that the DOJ quietly dropped the case.
The Justice Department dropped that investigation. They're telling us it was reviewed and there was no crime found, but they won't release any of the documents, and they won't even tell us the basic facts.
Instead of explaining what happened to that money, Bondi brushed it off, pretending the facts didn't exist. But according to MSNBC's Ken Delanian, this wasn't just evasion. It was cover-up territory.
Kash Patel just announced not long ago that he's firing FBI agents and disbanding a corruption squad. This is not the first corruption squad they disbanded, by the way. They had previously disbanded one in the Washington field office whose job was to investigate corruption in Congress, ironically enough. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. These FBI agents are losing their jobs because they did what they were asked to do in a lawfully predicated investigation, and another corruption squad looking at public corruption doesn't exist. And a lot of people think that right now no one in the FBI or the Justice Department is examining public corruption unless it's something that Donald Trump wants them to look at.
And it doesn't stop there. Reports say Trump's allies have disbanded multiple FBI corruption squads, dismantling the very units that investigate political crimes. This wasn't a hearing, it was a warning. A government so captured by one man's revenge that truth no longer matters, and oversight has become a performance. Nicolle Wallace said it plain. Pam Bondi's testimony didn't restore justice. It buried it.